Hi everybody, happy Saturday. It's February 27th and I'm still in Orlando, Florida, and I'm sitting outside at a fast food restaurant, and I just sparked up a conversation with a gentleman out here. His name is Gary, and we're going to talk a little bit about how he feels about this topic, white supremacy. So, hi Gary, thanks for joining me today.
Hey everyone, my name is Gary.
Okay, Gary, is it okay if I record this conversation and post it online?
It is okay.
Okay, cool. So how old are you?
17 years old.
17. All right. The world is your oyster. So we're going to talk about white supremacy today. How would you define white supremacy?
The white supremacy, I describe it as a gather of white people who are against multiple races, such as POCs, Asians, and other races such as that. I feel as if white supremacy is very bad for our society and our culture.
Do you feel like white supremacy has had an effect on you as a person in Orlando, Florida?
Actually, I don't think I've been affected by white supremacy.
Do you feel like you've always been treated fairly?
More or less.
That's good.
I can think of a few key points in my childhood where I feel like I've been discriminated against a few times, but
Yeah.
besides that, pretty alright.
What do you think society would look like without white supremacy?
Without white supremacy, well, there'll definitely be far less deaths, far less terrorist attacks, things of that nature.
Okay. So when you imagine a world for yourself 10 years from now, what kind of world do you want to live in? What does it look like?
Hopefully a world filled with peace, lots of, unity, no discrimination.
Okay. If you could say anything to white supremacists, what would you say?
Hey man, it's not cool what you're doing, just cut it out, treat everyone fairly.
Okay.
That's all.
Is there anything else you want to say about white supremacy?
Nothing else I haven't already said.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Gary. I really appreciate you. A young gentleman here with me, his name is Berylio. So I'm going to introduce Berylio right now. Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, thanks so much for joining us. Berylio, is it okay if I record this and put it online?
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
27.
27, okay, cool. So as a 27-year-old, do you feel like you've seen like white supremacy affect the society a lot?
I'm very oblivious sometimes, I think, so if it is happening, sometimes it might be so normal that you don't really question it or something, you know?
If you, how would you describe what white supremacy is?
I guess a dominant group. That's historically, I guess like if you think of it as a caste system, you have white people at the top, and then it just goes down. And when you think of, I guess, whiteness, I think it's like a caste system, kind of,
Oh, what kind of system?
a caste system.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. I like system theories. Is it like a triangle theory or?
It's CASTE, caste. So you know how it's hierarchy, so it's
Yeah. So it is a triangle.
yeah. So you have the ruling class, I guess.
Yeah.
No, they're not. You know what I mean? They're not like
right?
you know. And then you have everyone else, and it kind of falls down. There's a book it's called Caste by Isabel Wilkerson.
Okay.
And she talks about it. That I'm like actively reading it. I'm not finished yet, but
cool.
But yeah, that's how it is, I think. Yeah.
And what made you pick up that book?
Just wanting to be informed,
So you're not oblivious?
No, I know about it, but if it happens to me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never felt racism.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, but maybe because my personality, or I don't know, or I grew up with mainly I'm visiting from Pennsylvania,
Okay.
so all my friends are white.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I live in a farm town, kind of. So it's like very rural, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. Maybe maybe they don't do it to me. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've seen about like microaggressions that are done to people of color, but again, they're so like maybe sometimes I don't notice.
What kind of world do you want to see us living in 10 years from now?
A corona-free world.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a more peaceful world, a more it's just peaceful. Like you don't have to always agree with everyone, but it's nice to have peace.
What do you think that we as a society can do to move toward that goal?
Learn about the problems,
Yeah.
like find the problems. Even if they're not affecting you directly, I think. Yeah.
Just being aware.
Yeah, awareness, it makes a big difference. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about the book you read or white supremacy, or give you a shout out if you want to?
White super. I don't know. It's race is also like it was invented by humans. Like so. I try not to think about it. About race. I sometimes forget until it's asked. Sometimes I forget that I'm a color, and it's dictated by governments and like you're white, you're black, you're tan, you're this.
I feel like that's good to not feel like you have to identify yourself by that. I don't know if I can necessarily say that I'm a Caucasian person.
Mm-hmm.
I have Native American in my blood, but that has never been that's never affected me personally.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question, and you can tell me. You don't have to answer this if you want. But so I've noticed on like all job applications that you ask, on like a lot of just applications for school in general, everything asks you like if you're Hispanic.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't ask anybody if they're Asian or any other demographic. They only ask about whether or not you're Hispanic. What do you think that means, and how do you feel about that?
When because I think it's more ethnicity, not when they ask you what it's more ethnicity than race. I think because they're different.
Okay.
I believe, and the thing is like, I'm in school. I go to HBCU.
Okay.
And I'm in this Afro Latinidad, like Latinos who are also black, who sometimes aren't considered Latinos.
Okay.
Who are considered black first and then Latino. It's not ever like you can't be both at the same time. You can, but first you're black and then you're Latino, or just black. But I think it's just when the Latino, I think they just want to know like what part. I don't know. To be honest, sometimes it's confusing too. Because when I think I'm Latino, and then when I skip down to the white, black, Native American, other, I'm like, I don't know what I am.
Yeah.
It's very confusing sometimes, but yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering the questions and joining me in this space.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. He was waiting for me in the car.
Oh. I've moved on over to gas station now, and I have met this lovely lady named Dudna, and I'm going to introduce her now. Hi Dudna, how are you? Dudna, is it okay if I record this and put it online?
No problem.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 27.
27? Okay, cool. That's a good age. So our topic today is white supremacy. How would you describe white supremacy? Or like
There's so
how?
many ways people you can describe it. Like there's people use it as an advantage of being racist. There's people use it as skin color. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of different way,
Do you feel like
different term of it.
yeah? Do you feel like white supremacy affects the justice system in America?
Definitely,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. What would you say to white supremacists?
I think it shouldn't be because we are human.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm black, if my skin color is different from you. We all have this. We're going the same way. The same way.
Yeah.
We're not gonna stay in this world forever. So if we all can have like a fair trial, fair everything, it'll be best because this life we're gonna live it. So, and we have to set up an example for our children and future children later on. You don't wanna raise the kids and telling the kids, hey, this is the people you need to hang out with. This is the people what you should do, and you shouldn't be hanging out with this person. This is how you treat this person. It shouldn't be like that.
So what do you think that we as citizens, like in society, what can we do to lessen the effects of white supremacy in our society, in our neighborhoods?
Well, we all have to like put our heads together, and especially the justice system. It can be hard is when this type of skin color show up in the same scenarios, and when that skin color get more time than this one, so it's not, it does not make any sense.
Is there anything else you want to say about white supremacy?
No, I just think it's wrong and it needs to be changed. There's that need to address it.
Yeah. What kind of world do you want to live in 10 years from now?
Peaceful, less crime, better future for my kids, my future grandkids. I wanna know. I wanna feel like if I'm gone tomorrow, they're gonna have a better life. People gonna treat them different way. Not worry about when they're walking, they have to look into their shoulder. When they're driving, they have to be scared of police officer, people that's gonna look at them a certain way, like a criminal.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts
You're
tonight, Juna. I
welcome.
really appreciate your time. And okay, everybody. Well, thanks so much for joining us in this space. It was great talking with Juna and hearing her
Yes.
voice. Hi, everyone. My name is Julia. I believe that everyone has a voice that matters. Today, I decided to strike up conversations with strangers about the topic of white supremacy and what white supremacy means to them. I believe that when we take the time to listen and try to understand one another's perspective on important topics, it's one step closer to where we want to be as a nation, united. Everyone I spoke with today wanted to see one kind of world 10 years from now, a peaceful one. Starting conversations, even hard ones, is a step in the right direction. I want to know, what do you have to say? Thank you so much for joining me in this space. I hope you're safe. I hope you're loved. I hope you're well. Glory to God.